I think college football is totally different. It takes a lot more energy to build these programs and to be connected, and I just don't see it from them.
The shocker, he goes 6-6 and he goes to bowl game. Mark it down. It's his girlfriend.
Job.
You got a good looking girlfriend. Got to give him a little credit.
Weekday morning 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia and supplies, new and vintage cards, and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory, or visit online, instantReplaySportsCards.com.
KLA Builders is a general contractor based in Panama City Beach, specializing in home remodeling, renovations, and custom projects. KLA Builders offers services like kitchen and bathroom remodels, deck construction, and full home renovations. With a focus on craftsmanship and personalized service for residential projects, KLA Builders is turning client visions into reality. For a free estimate, call KLA Builders, 850-960-5115. That's 850-960-5115.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Bumpers, truck bed covers, camper shells, van shelving, ladder racks, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfort Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
Get ready to connect. ESPN Northwest Florida is proud to welcome and feature the newest additions to our Panama City Beach Chamber family.
Welcome to the Beach Chamber. Bridge SMS Retail Solutions, Carillon Beach Rentals, Joseph Hagberg, San Marcos Mexican Grill, Panama City, The Huntsman 30A, and World Class Athletics.
Step in, grow, and connect with the community that celebrates your achievements.
Congratulations from ESPN Northwest Florida.
And the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce, reaching Bay County and beyond.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work.
WJSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Back to the gap at the wall, out of here!
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! Ha! Full of water. Hot tub. Gonna get you hot. I'm gonna make it wet. Hot tub. Rubber dub in the hot tub. Rubber dub with me. Still get the hot tub.
Yeah, baby.
Leave it sweat.
Yeah.
Still get the hot tub.
Yeah.
Jump in. Leave it wet.
Yeah.
Well.
Welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I tell you what, that Gulf is like the hot tub. You stick your toe in that water, it is hot. Thank goodness we got the wind shear. I don't think if we didn't have that wind shear, we'd be in trouble right now. This thing is about 100 miles south of us, heading towards Pensacola, Gulfport, Mobile.
You're in Birmingham by now.
Well, I looked at all the data and I said, I think we're safe. I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
If there was any chance of anything strong,
Jamie,
I would be
here he
gone.
comes.
I'd be calling from Birmingham. Yeah. I will not be here for you to help you get through a storm. I just tell you that right now.
Well, I think we all learned that, Michael. Get out of the way.
Yeah. And no way I'm staying. I don't care if it's what's Hurricane 1, whatever you call
Tropical
it.
storm.
Cat 1.
Cat 1. If it's Cat 1, I'm gone. Can't anything. I'm
The
gone.
problem is afterwards. That's the worst part because there's no air conditioning if you don't have a generator.
Oh, my God.
The last one we had no cell phone service, so everybody thought I was dead and freaking out. And it's 110 degrees. The humidity's like 99.5%. You're just like, what do we do? I remember
having to go in to get gas?
Yeah, that was an ordeal. This one was terrible just because of all the destruction. There was nowhere to get around, and it was just, we were stuck in places, and it was just hot. I remember Opal. I mean, we slept outside, but the mosquitoes, like for 2 days afterwards, because the heat and humidity were so bad, it was just so miserable. So I'm not a fan anymore. I know people get excited about hurricanes, but I've had my fill of them.
No,
I'm good.
Julie, they went through Camille back in 1969. 220. The wind gauge broke, and I mean, there was an apartment complex. I made a movie about it. Cement block. I've seen it.
Yeah.
And it was completely destroyed. Killed everyone in there. They lost their house. They went to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and it was even bad, really bad there, which was, I don't know, 90 miles from the coast. And then Katrina.
Andrew was really bad through Miami.
The place gets hit hard, and they don't get a lot of press is Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
They get pounded all the time. Yeah. Well, New Orleans got all the movies, everything about what happened in Katrina, but it was probably worse in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Well, they got the movies because their government was corrupt and hung them out to dry by not buying for the pumps and everything.
What, y'all need some help? Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, we were supposed to spend money on that? How about a Cadillac?
Man, we already spent it. I'm sorry. But anyway, they as high as the Gulf. But remember, like Opal, they said it just exploded overnight.
Yeah.
That's what's scary about stuff like this.
Opal was different because the wind wasn't so bad. We actually stayed, unfortunately. And but the storm surge, everything on Front Beach, you can see just houses that had just fallen into the ocean. The road was just washed away into the ocean. So there was these deep drop offs that were 20 feet just straight down where the storm surge had come up and just eroded the beach and all the stuff within 20 miles. And it looked like a bomb went off about probably 2 or 3 miles inland where the water had come up so high and just left a dust on everything. So that one was a little different.
And it exploded overnight. It wasn't supposed to have been that bad.
So the same way with Michael. If you remember Michael, it was about a 2 or a 3 and everybody felt comfortable. And then right there at the end, it kind of went boom. And that was a 5. I don't care what anybody says.
It was.
They were having 200 miles per hour sustained winds
they said it was.
at the Air Force Base. I think they lied. I don't know if this is true or not, but supposedly they're supposed to pay out 100% of your insurance claims if it's 5.
There you go.
I don't know if that's true or not. I've read that online, but you know how they talk about stuff.
From Apalachicola probably to New Orleans, the water gets so dang hot, especially in August, September. Anything out there can just, like you said, it can blow up overnight. That's where you got to be careful. This thing here, I still keeping a close eye on this thing, but I think we're good. It looks
pretty good right now.
Yeah, that's the wind shear.
Yeah.
I learned that term, wind shear.
I was gonna say,
man. Let me ask you something. We talked about this, and he goes, "I'm not stepping down." Well, I don't get it. How can you get rid of an wonderful athletic director that wins a national championship in football? A year later, or 2 years later, he wins a national championship in basketball. That's what you're hired to do, and they fire the poor guy. What is going on at Michigan? How can they mistreat these people this way?
Well, the dumb thing is they did an investigation on their own and found out the guy lied about the cheating and everything else.
But they knew about it a couple years ago.
I know. This is all optics. I mean, have you ever fired somebody where you said, "Hey, just let us know when you're ready to leave, and we'll pay you a couple $1 million, and just you're good"?
Well, he said he wasn't leaving. Remember the other day? I'm not.
I know, but he said now he set a date when he's going to step down.
Oh, he set the date.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
End of the year.
Yeah, another year.
Well, now you said like in December, or are you talking about the end of the school
year?
Yeah,
end of the year.
Oh, okay, in the year.
And he's got a big buyout.
See, I thought it was the end of the athletic year. Okay, but it's in December?
Probably December.
Well, I mean, he just said end of the year. Is it the end of the fiscal year? Is it the end of the sports year? Is it the end of the actual year?
Yeah.
Hey, he's making his own mind up.
Yeah.
How much is the buyout? That's what I want to know.
Under the table or over the table? I mean,
both.
Look, he knows where the bodies are buried. He could put that program in a really bad spot.
He's going to get a nice package.
He's going to get a nice package to walk away on his terms. And the reason they're going to do that is why would you alienate somebody that has all that dirt on you? The thing that's going to be interesting, Chris Partridge, the assistant coach, is suing them right now. And that's,
do they settle to keep it out of the papers?
That's what I'm going to
think. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're going to pay
and they
him.
got the money to do it.
And I think he knows he's got a lot of leverage because, I mean, he's publicly said some stuff, and they don't want that coming to the forefront because it goes all the way up to the president, who we all know tried to get the job at Florida, and then all of a sudden we're supposed to approve him, and then they did a background check.
They listened to us here.
Well, they did a background check, and then all of a sudden he got 0 votes, and we're like, get away.
Our great governor.
Yep.
Regents.
He is.
I tell you, man, Michigan's gone through some I will say this, though. The football coach he just hired, I think he's above board, great guy, great coach. I think he'll do really well there. So they got away from that win at all cost, seems like, because I don't think he's a win at all cost.
Yeah, I think he's a good coach, and I think he'll do right up there. That's the kind of person they need right then. It's kind of when Tressel stepped in, at Ohio State, where they needed just somebody to come in and stabilize the program a little bit and get it going in the right direction from an ethics standpoint, because he's still going to win. I mean, the guy can coach. I mean, he's won at Utah, and he's going to have way more talent at Michigan and way more resources than at Utah. And my only question is, does he still have the fire? There's a reason that Utah was kind of transitioning away from him and brought in their kind of coaching waiting. So if he's still got that, maybe 4 or 5 more years in him to really attack recruiting.
Did you hear that too? That he was not forced out, but kind of.
He was forced out. That was pretty ugly at the end. I mean, and he took some players from there and coaches, and they were upset with that. But there was a whole transition plan there. And at the end, it did not sound like he wanted to go.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like, I can still coach, and left some, kind of open-ended tweets and stuff like that. And Michigan, by their own luck, because that search was pretty ugly when it was going on. All of a sudden,
well, they wanted DeBoer,
right?
And he, he still would have Alabama.
I think they sabotaged.
What's he making? $13 million a year now, whatever it is.
But his buyout's like $60 million now, or something insane.
80, or I don't know. I really don't know.
And for what?
I forgot.
What did he do? Lose 4 games?
He's done great. He's done great. He's lost 8 games in 2 years. Record Alabama.
He's turned on us. He's come around.
I'm gonna go back. I think he's a great man.
I do too.
I think he's a really good coach.
I do too.
If they have just, like we always say, year 3 you usually know what's going to happen in the future. Year 3, if you're an elite coach, year 3 usually do something.
But I'll say this.
He made the playoffs last year.
I think there's a difference between a great coach in the Pac-12 versus a great coach in the SEC and in Alabama. To me, you got to be physical. You have to have roster depth. You got to value the offensive line better than what I've seen from him and Ryan.
You got to run the ball.
Exactly. And to me, you can get away with that at Washington, maybe get into a playoff and win a couple games there. But when you're talking about the SEC and the physical defenses and the way they play football, and same with the Big Ten, look at Lincoln Riley at USC. I mean, what has he done? And he's got every resource in the book. I mean, they don't compete at the highest level at the Big Ten.
Just go back to look at the national championships to 2020. Alabama was they were balanced offense.
Yeah.
Georgia, the 2 championships they won, they were very physical, balanced. They could run and throw. Ohio State 2 years ago, or a year ago, actually 2 years now, they could run or throw the ball. Michigan, they were really a counter trade, pass off that. They run the ball. They were physical. You got to be balanced to win a champ. I think you got to be balanced to win a champ. Every once in a while, you can see a team that throws the ball all over the field and win. LSU 2019 could throw. Probably is one of the few teams that can live and throw it every play they wanted to. But they didn't. They had a great running back. They were a hell of a physical football team, especially. Yeah. So I don't know. I just don't think you can win throwing the ball every single play.
No, and if it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and you can't line up and get that 2 yards, I mean, that's why Tim Tebow was so special, because if it was 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 and shorter, they were getting that 99% of the time because they ran that quarterback little.
Can't stop
you couldn't stop it, and that's invaluable to be able to keep possession.
And then when you stop and jump shot a touchdown,
right? And then you run a bunch of stuff off of that. But if short yardage and goal line situations are where you got to capitalize, and that's where you're really the physicality and offensive line.
That's the first time I'd seen that play, and I think Urban put that in.
Yeah.
Did he ever do that at Ohio State?
I think he did. Once or twice with J.T. Barrett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it first time. Man, that's a pretty cool play. He did it again. I think the first time I saw it, I think it was against LSU. But anyway, we got SEC Media Days going on. We'll jump into that a little bit later. But getting back to Bama real quick, I got to just keep telling myself, I keep dwelling on the negative things I saw. There were some good things we saw with Coach DeBoer. So we're going to have to, just like Saban said, be positive. Year three. Now, if they go 8-5, 8-4, 9-4, something like that, then maybe all the things we said are right. Again, the undisciplined things, I think you saw a little bit better from year 1 to year 2, seemed to be a little bit better. But the way you lose, to me, that's important. You don't want to get embarrassed in an SEC championship game. You don't want to get embarrassed in the playoffs. Indiana embarrassed a lot of people, though.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, they embarrassed Oregon, and Oregon was thought of as a top 5 team. I mean, I don't think they embarrassed Ohio State, but they definitely beat them and controlled the line of scrimmage against them, and that was the difference in that game.
That's why it's so hard to win back-to-back or three in a row because, man, just one or two plays can change everything.
It's hard to win one. Ohio State's had all the talent in the world, and they've got three since 2002.
Yeah.
So, and
it's so hard to repeat.
Yeah, and so it's just hard to win it. I mean, look at Miami last year. I mean, they had everything they needed, and, it's one or two plays, maybe the missed block on the punt. I mean, that cost them a national championship, to be honest, and it's hard, man. You make one mistake here or there against good teams, they're going to capitalize on it.
Yeah, you can go back to Clemson. The times they lost to Alabama, 2 or 3 of those championships. Look, we could be talking about Dabo's the greatest coach of all time if things just went a little bit differently. You never know, baby. That ball bounces weird ways.
We'll say this is a big year for Alabama. I think they got a better quarterback this year. That's not against Ty Simpson, but he was hurt last year. But when Alex Mack came in against Indiana, I saw a completely different offense, and I saw some potential there that he gave him that I don't think Simpson had in him as far as running and doing some things with his legs. So if Russell's even the starter and even better than him, then
Russell's the real deal.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Then I would be excited as an Alabama fan for this year.
Y'all hope he doesn't get hurt. He is the real deal. If you're a Bama fan, you want to go down. All right, well, let's talk about some of our great people. Jason, Max Fit Sports Nutrition, 2 great locations. I got to get in there and get 2 bottles of that fish oil. It's amino acid. What's it called? I always
essential lipids. That's your fish oil, your omega-3, omega-6s. That controls the ratio in the heart and controls clotting. It's really the most important thing for your heart health and cholesterol and things like that is a good fish oil. But we have a bunch of peptides in. I know I've had people come in and talk to me about them. We have some versions of the Glow, the BPC TB500. If you're in pain, come talk to me. I'm telling you right now, it can help. These are things we've used for 2-3 years that we've put a number of clients on that have just really changed their life. If people with arthritis, maybe an old injury or something like that, and what BPC TB500 does is heal connective tissue and accelerates the healing of anything really fast. So if you're tired of taking medications, if you're tired of not being able to sleep at night because you got an achy shoulder, a knee that bothers you, come see me. I will help you out. I promise these things are changing people's lives. So, I mean, peptides are the future, and they're very easy on the body because what a peptide is an amino acid chain that signals your body to do something. So you're not putting something synthetic in your body that's going to cause cancer or raise your blood pressure. They actually start to heal, produce hormones again. So these are the future. So if you want to, try something that could change your life, come down and talk to me. I'm at the 23rd Street store, 2 to 7 every single day, and we have our beach location, and they're educated on these things as well in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Do it, Jason Kovaleski, Dr. Chad Mitch, heck, everybody in here. We all use Stevenson Air Conditioning. That's locals taking care of locals. Nobody does a better job anytime, day or night. It's Stevenson Air Conditioning. And we're live from J. Michael Studios. We're one day away from that world-famous J. Michael Spaghetti. Today's specials, black bean and quesadilla. It's outstanding. The burgers, the shrimps, the pork chops, the steaks. The shrimp, the fried shrimps, unbelievable. Ice cold beer. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. We'll be right back.
Take ESPN Northwest Florida with you everywhere you go.
Anytime, anyplace, anywhere.
The sports talk and live play-by-play doesn't have to end when you get out of the car. The ESPN Northwest Florida app streams your favorite sports talk hosts and the biggest games in ultra-high fidelity.
This is of utmost importance in travel.
Take the sports talk monster with you anywhere you go. Available for Android and iPhone.
Use it anywhere or any place.
Good morning. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Tuesday's weather forecast. Likely thunderstorms and light showers this afternoon. An evening with a high near 85 and a wind 23 to 27 miles per hour. A possibility of thunderstorms and light rain tonight and a temperature of 81. About the same tomorrow around 87 with a chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain. Raining lightly Thursday and very warm around 88. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa's on vacation, but Coin and Bullion Reserve's fine jewelry is working overtime on the savings. Celebrate Christmas in July with up to 75% off sparkling diamond and gemstone jewelry, coastal-inspired pieces, and holiday savings that are making waves. You'll find treasures from the shore to adore during Christmas in July. Slay the summer at Coin and Bullion Reserve's fine jewelry at the corner of East Avenue and 15th Street, your diamond headquarters.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered, literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better together. TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update. Presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves take Game 1 against the Padres. I'm Barrett Salee, and this is your Braves Radio Network morning update.
Tidal Wave Auto Spa is the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves and your go-to car wash destination all season long. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com to find a location nearest you.
Michael Harris II and Ozzie Albies each provided solo home runs. And how about Joey Bart with an RBI double as the Braves topped the San Diego Padres 3-2 in Game 1 of the 4-game set. Bryce Elder got the win to improve to 6-6 on the season. He went 6 strong, gave up 2 earned runs, struck out 4. And Victor Medeiros, his first save as a big leaguer, he goes 2 1/3, only 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So congratulations to Victor Medeiros. Game 2 coming up tonight. Walker Buehler on the hill for the Padres. He's 5-5, has a 5.36 ERA, 35 walks and 81 strikeouts. Ronaldo Lopez going for the Braves. He's 4-2, has a 3.50 ERA, 25 walks, and 54 strikeouts. Ford leadoff show with myself and Chris Domino at 6:05 Central. And first pitch between the Braves and the Padres, 7:15 from Truist Park. Ben and Darren will be on the call, and you can hear all of it on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Are you tired of little radio stations with little signals that drop off at the edge of town? Oh, bless their hearts. This is the most powerful sports signal in the Panhandle. You found the Sports Talk monster. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Jason Kovaleski with us today. Jim Bob is out. I think he'll hopefully be back on Friday. And again, Michigan Athletic Director, what's his name? I forgot, just went out of my head. Emmanuel.
Where?
Michigan's athletic director.
Oh, Ward Manuel.
Ward Manuel has agreed to step down. After we just reported a couple days ago that, or maybe it was Friday, that he was not going to step down. All of a sudden, he is going to step down. Yeah, he led Michigan Athletic Department to a national championship in football and also basketball. He made those hires, and then we all know all the different scandals that went on there, which was really incredible. And we probably won't ever get all the truth, everything out, because lawsuits, I'm pretty sure they're going to settle with the coach. I think they'll pay him out, and so we won't get all that information.
And they're going to have to settle with the female in the Sherelle Moore case, too, because she's suing them, too. So
yeah, that's coming.
They got a bunch of problems up there, which is kind of, why everybody was thinking that maybe they would accelerate the process to go ahead and fire them. But obviously they want to make that thing a smooth transition and not have any disgruntled employees leaving the building.
All right, the best college football programs voted on by the USA Today experts. They just got together and said, right now, if you want to be at a school, which are the 5 or 4 schools you want to be at that still have all the ingredients to be a championship program year in, year out? And they've done it in the past, so we know it's proven. And I question some of it. I get it. I'll tell you. I'll go down the list and tell you why I think they might be wrong on one of them. But here we go. Here are the 5 best programs. I think it's 5. Let me make sure it's 5. Yeah, some of the best. Well, not all of them. I tell you what, they listed the top 25. I don't know if I'll get all of them or not. But here we go. We might have to come back to this. We're going to work on this a little bit and maybe come back. Right now, the number 1 program in college football is the Ohio State Buckeyes. Since 2012, Ohio State is 165 wins, 21 losses. Ohio State's won at least 10 games in a full season since 2005. I did not know that. Since 2005. That's pretty incredible. They have the tradition, they have the resources, they have the money. Ohio State is ranked over Alabama as the number 1 program in the country right now as we speak. The number 2 program in the country right now, best program right now in the country, and possibly going forward, this is what this thing's all about, voted on by the experts at USA Today, is the Alabama Crimson Tide. This program has more national championships than any other program in college football. It is a way of life in that state, the tradition, expecting excellence. Look at the coaches they've had, Bryant, Saban, 18 national championships. They have all the tradition. They have all the facilities. But I will say this, the thing that worries me, concerns me with NIL. And everything else I check off. But the NIL part, and they looked at all that, NIL, tradition, facilities, all this stuff, blue, all that crap. I just worry about the money issue. I don't know if we can compete year in, year out like we have in the past because of the money issues. Maybe every 4, who knows? I don't know. Number 3, and this surprised me. They jumped ahead of some of the ones I thought would be ahead of them. Georgia. They have the head coach in Kirby Smart. Look what he's done. Kirby Smart's made Georgia into a blue blood. They do have money. They come from the state of state of Georgia, where they have great high school coaches. They have great athletes in that state. He's not slowing down a bit. They think Georgia's number 3. I don't think Georgia has the money I think they do have more money than Alabama. I don't think they have the money like Texas A&M, some of the other ones.
It just depends on if they're looking at what they've accomplished up to this point or they're looking to the future, because the future is NIL, and I would put 3 or 4 teams ahead of even some of these other ones, maybe even Ohio State. Like Texas, to me, like when you have that much NIL money in the state of Texas, you could fill up an entire roster. Yeah. Now, I'm not a big fan of Sarkisian. I don't think he's an elite coach yet. I mean, he could be. A lot of coaches, they're learning as they go, so I'm not going to throw him under the bus as far as, he'll never win, but at the end of the day, if you put like a Nick Saban there in his prime, I mean, with NIL, I think that would be the best job in the country, in my opinion. And then Notre Dame, I mean, they have
hold on.
Okay,
hold on. You're hitting them. Anyway, Georgia number 3. What they did, they got not just a few opinions. They got a group of people that work for USA, the experts they called them, and they looked at every little thing you can look at, and this is how they came up. And I'm with you. I'm thinking like you are. They don't think like we do.
But Kirby being there is going to give them every chance.
They looked into Number 4, Notre Dame. Fans expect Notre Dame to compete for the national championship every single year. They own their own network. They have plenty of money. They definitely have the tradition. They have the name, and they own they do whatever they want. Just the way they can schedule, they can make their own schedule, do whatever they want to do, and we all bow down to them. So they got a lot of power.
Go look at their recruiting class this year. I always wondered if they were going to be able to compete in recruiting, but the NIL era has been good to them, and they've spent a lot of money and landed a lot of defensive linemen. They've loaded up on offense and defensive linemen. They got some wide receivers in the portal from Ohio State that would have started maybe this year. Now, with Jeremiah Smith there and landing Chris Henry, they may not have, been full-time starters, but they're talented kids, and they're spending a lot of money, so that Catholic money is good for the NIL budget.
All right, let's go to number 5. And you mentioned them, Texas Longhorn, a traditional power, unreal high school talent from a huge state like Texas. They belong with the heavyweights. They got plenty of money to do whatever they want. They got great facilities. They got everything all the other teams we talked about ahead of them. And they got more money, I think, than any of the teams we already talked about.
If you look at a roster 1 through 85 right now and say which one would you rather have and just take coaching out of it, that would be Texas. I mean,
they're ahead of Alabama. Alabama had a running back. I think he was even on campus. Yeah. They had the deal done. They had enough money to go in there and call him. He liked Alabama. He wanted to be there. But you can't turn down big-time money.
And you know what the crazy thing about that is? He's going to be their second-string running back.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. I was surprised that Alabama was ahead of Texas.
Yeah. I mean, but what they've accomplished, I mean, I can get it. 6 national championships. But I got to see a little bit more from the post-Saban era for me to put them ahead of some of these
going
teams
forward,
with the big NIL budgets.
Number 6, I don't know if you'll agree with this one. 3 national championships, 3 different head coaches, a lot of talent in the state of Louisiana. Lane Kiffin should be the 4th coach to win a national championship there. They will do whatever it takes to win. They have proven that, and they will fire you in a heartbeat. So somehow, some way, they got plenty of money down there, which money I didn't know they had.
A little bit of oil money leaks into Louisiana, and children's hospitals are going to suffer in the next 10 years if they really want a championship.
The health industry will go under, but they will be able to football
like
team.
you said, they will do anything to win. They've done it before. They've won with coaches that you would never think would win a national championship. Ed Orgeron, good man, good defensive line coach, but as a head coach, would that be the first pick you would make? He won a national championship there. Lane Kiffin, we're going to see. He said he couldn't win at Ole Miss. It kind of reminds me of Brian Kelly saying he couldn't win at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Goes to LSU,
Yeah.
bombs out. There's a lot of pressure there, and they didn't pay you to come there to be 8-4. So
then they'll pay you
let's
out, let you
roll.
go home.
Yeah.
Now, we've already talked to 6 schools. 5 of them are either from the Big Ten or the SEC. And I'll come back to why I brought that up later, something the SEC commissioner said. We're going to get into SEC Media Days today, too. Number 7, Michigan. Number 7 going forward. The most probably consistent program in college football. They're the winningest team over the history of college football. They just won a national championship 2 or 3 years back. They got plenty of resources. They got the name. They're blue blood. Michigan, number 7.
I'm going to pause on that. There's some stuff going politically, and I don't want to get into politics on here, and you're welcome, Randy. I'm kidding. But that governor race, I think it's the governor, is what's the Muslim guy's name that's running for governor up there that everybody's promoting? Well, their main booster is Jewish, and he's already come out and said, if this happens in the state of Michigan, I'm pulling my funding from the state college. Larry Ellison, who's the second richest guy in the world, the one that bought Underwood. There's a lot of internal politics going on. Their NILs is really in
Come
danger.
on down south, baby. Roll Tide.
What's funny is Ohio State's fans have gone online and started a GoFundMe to help this guy get elected, so they would pull the funding. I mean, there's some weird.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting, and this is where college football has gone, and I hate it. You know what I'm saying? This should have nothing to do with how you build a program, how you recruit, but that's a very real thing. I mean,
all right, that's your top 7, and we got more to go.
I would actually put Oregon ahead of Michigan if I was looking forward.
We'll see where Oregon's, what the experts think. I think we're more experts than they are, to be honest with you. All right, let's talk about some of our great people, man. I love Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. I love Pat Purnell, the city commissioner over there. He's always down at Max Fit Sports Nutrition. I tell you what, you want a great meal today, get down to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Pat does a great job as city commissioner in Lynn Haven. His restaurant is second to none. The key word here is Lynn Haven. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Hey, James, we're already down there. What about going to see Russ, Amber, and Patrick? What can they do for us?
Over at David Adamson's?
Yeah.
Well, what they can do for us is they've got the finest jewelry in Bay County. And not only that, they have got the waiting list, your magic list. You just go in, you say, ooh, I really like that watch. Coach Hale will come in and get it for me.
Yeah, absolutely. They got the Disney the Disney wish list up there, man. It's incredible. Russ, Amber, Patrick, wonderful people. Go check out David Adams. You'll be glad you did. Dr. Ward, love him. Listen to tomorrow at 7:30 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Gators.
1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. All it takes is 5 minutes. Go see the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Ward. Office throughout the Hannah, Florida. Go check it out. You'll be glad you did. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
We're up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Hurricane Helene.
And breaking weather as it happens.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take the hassle out of pool ownership with Tropical Spas and Pools. Their weekly pool cleaning service covers it all: water testing, chemicals, brushing, vacuuming, and a full equipment checkup, so you can just relax and enjoy. Ready to upgrade your backyard? They specialize in hot tub spas from entry-level to executive models, starting at $6,599. Plus, above-ground pools like an 18-foot round starting at just $4,295. Visit Tropical Spas and Pools, 3612 West 23rd Street in Panama City.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay-down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
Looking for the ultimate Panama City beach adventure? Experience the difference with PCB Prestige private dolphin and snorkel trips. Skip the crowded tour boats and enjoy a completely private, customized experience aboard our comfortable luxury boat. Watch wild dolphins in their natural habitat, snorkel the crystal clear waters around Shell Island, and create unforgettable memories. Book your adventure now. Visit PCBprestige.com. That's PCBprestige.com.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
I'm kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Bum, 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 bum. Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! It's Florida State. Did they make the expert list of one of the great programs going forward? We'll tell you as we go down the list. Let's ride, baby. Let us ride. Here we go. At number 8, not ESPN, USA Today experts.
Well, we're
greatest
ESPN,
programs
so.
going forward.
Yeah.
Here we go. At number 8, again, it's all SEC Big Ten. At number 8, Oklahoma, a true blue blood. The only trails Alabama for the all-time winning percentage in college football history. I didn't know that. I thought it was Ohio State. I didn't know. Alabama had the winning percentage is the greatest winning percentage of all college football teams. Michigan's the winningest team. And Texas, Oklahoma, they say here, is the second, only to Alabama, winning percentage. I don't know about Oklahoma. It's a small state. There's a blue blood, no doubt about that. But do they have the money? See, I don't know how much I know they looked at every little factor. But NIL, to me, it's more about NIL than anything else.
I'm 100% in agreement with that. Like, if you can't pay players at this point, now they might put some guardrails up where we see some level of normalcy here in the future, but until that happens, I don't see Oklahoma as maybe even a top 10 player. They're going to be right on the edge of a playoff berth, but do you really think they're a threat?
Kind of like
we
we see right now.
Yeah. To me, and Venables done as good as I think he can, but I just don't see it with them, to be honest.
And they hadn't won the national championship since 2000.
I think Florida's a sleeping giant if they got the right coach. I think they have a little bit more money.
Calm down.
Yeah.
At number 9, from the great state of Florida, Miami Hurricanes. 5 national championships. They got a billionaire down there. They got all the money you need. They have not won an ACC championship. They have no one go to their games unless it's a big game. They still have some issues, but when you got a guy that we need a quarterback, let's go buy one.
Right.
We need a running back, let's go buy one. We need an edge player, let's go buy. They can do that better than Florida. They can do that better than Florida State.
No, I think they have the second best roster this year, and I trust a little bit more Cristobal, maybe not as a head coach, but his assistants are phenomenal. He went out and got some of the best assistants for his system. Offensive line coach is phenomenal, so that was supposed to be a weakness, but they got 5-star guys there. To me, I put them in the top 5 for sure with the NIL era the way it is right now.
At number 10, USC, 2005, I think is the last time they won a national championship, I think. They had the 2025. No, I tell you what, 2025, they had one of the top recruiting classes in the country.
Number one.
They were unbelievable powerhouse in the Pac-12, and they're kind of going through what Nebraska went through when they went left and went into the Big Ten. Every week they're playing a real physical football team. but they still are a blue blood. They still have. I think what hurts them, if you can match the money they'll give you, and you go look at that campus where it's located. I don't know if I'd want to be down that part of that.
You got to see what they've done over there, though. They put like $100 million in there, brought luxury suites for the players. I mean, it's beautiful over there now.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you still got to eventually leave.
I don't think they have to go anywhere but with their little living area. I was the same way, trust me. And then when I seen the facilities they brought over there, the players only like living quarters. I mean, it's like living in a 5-star hotel, and I mean, it's immaculate. I mean, and one thing I can say is they're spending as much money, if not more, and they have unlimited funds. That Hollywood, California tech money hits just like oil money. So they were number 1 in recruiting last year, had the number 1 overall defensive recruits in the country last year, and they're number 2 this year in player average rating and in overall class rating. So my biggest issue is Lincoln Riley, but he did bring in Gary Patterson, who's a well-known defensive-minded coach. It was a head coach at TCU.
So would you put them higher than 10?
I would keep them at 10 until they win something. I can't believe Oregon's not higher. I mean, they got.
Well, hold on. At number 11 out of the Big Ten, everything's been. We're at 11. We had one school outside the Big Ten, SEC. They need to break away and go ahead and start the league.
Yeah.
Oregon, big money. They can do whatever they want. They can go in the state of Alabama and get the 2 best. That would never have happened in the past.
The state of Ohio got 2 of our best players.
Yeah.
One was a legacy. His dad played at Ohio State, Richard McNutt. His son's out there playing safety. Unlimited funds. I mean, Phil Knight wants to win a championship before he dies, and he's probably close.
I mean, they got the money. I get the NIL, but they never won a national championship. Since 2000, they've had 16 10-win seasons. That's pretty impressive. Lanning's 46-8. They come at number 11.
2 Big Ten titles, been in the semifinals of the playoff, even though they got blown out. Would you rather have Oregon situation or Oklahoma?
With NIL, I'd say Oregon.
Well, by far.
If it wasn't NIL,
what does Oklahoma
I'd
want
have
in the NIL era?
Yeah.
Nothing. They got blown out by
Even,
Alabama.
like I said, they hadn't won a national championship in 2000.
Yeah.
All right, number 12, Big Ten, Penn State. Joe Paul, he won 409 games there. They got of a stadium that's one of the biggest, not the biggest in the college football. They got plenty of money, but they're at number 12.
I'd have Indiana above them. I mean, people don't understand the type of money Indiana has. They got the top business school in the country.
Florida State? We got 12 teams better programs in Florida. Are you kidding me? This is Florida State we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's cause of NIL. At number 13, I'm not going to break all this down. I'm going to go a little bit quicker now. At number 13, Clemson. Number 14, we finally get to them, the Florida Gators. You're in the state of Florida. They've won, 3 national championships. They have money, but they spend it on, they're pretty balanced. That's the reason I told y'all, and everybody's saying Lane Kiffin's coming, Lane Kiffin. Talked to the guy that worked with him. He said, hey, he's going to go where football's the king.
Yeah.
And the AD understands that. Florida's AD was not going to give him all the power that he wanted. So he wasn't going. Remember, we talked about that when everybody was saying he was going to go to Florida. So anyway, Florida's at 14. What do you think about that? Should they be higher or lower? Honestly, I think about where they should be.
About where they should be, but I think they have an opportunity to jump into the top 10 here in the next 2-3 years if Summerall's the guy. And I truly believe in Summerall.
Yeah.
Thought it was a great hire for them.
At number 15, I don't know. I think they should be way higher than this. At number 15, Texas A&M. You got that oil money. You've got – they hadn't done anything to pass, though, really and truly.
Yeah, show me rings.
Yeah, they haven't. I think that's what hurt them with these experts. But if you're talking about going forward, when you got all the money you can get, they made the playoffs last year. I think they should be a lot higher than 15.
They played Miami tough. That was a one-score game the entire game. You know what I'm saying?
And that was at home.
That long run by Fletcher and, some other things that went on. The quarterback didn't play very well, but you're playing in, 30, 40-mile-per-hour winds. So, I believe Elko's a really good coach, and they have every resource.
Have him higher?
I'd have him way higher. I would have him borderline top 5 if we're talking about NIL era. I mean,
I'd have him top 7.
Look at
their
recruiting class right now. I think they have 7 5-stars, and the number 1 player at each position at 4 different positions. Went into Miami, stole Mark Matthews, the number 1 offensive tackle in the country. I mean, got the number 1 cornerback in the country. Got a top 3 offensive lineman also to go with Matthews. Defensive line, they got 2 or 3 guys that are 5 stars. I mean, This is probably the best class, but we've seen this before. Can you manage those egos, hey, I want to be the best?
I love Elko.
I think he's the perfect
right guy.
fit for them.
He's
a tough-minded, defensive-minded coach, and I think they're going to do really well.
Jimbo Fisher signed one of the greatest classes of all time, and it fell apart.
And I think their personality is a little bit different. I think Elko will be able to handle that.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think A&M's top 5 job in the country because they got you wouldn't believe the amount of money. I mean, look, you know good and well those old boys knew who those 5 stars are. We're gonna get them, and they got them.
Just go look at go on 24/7 Sports and look at their classes.
Yeah, and they didn't give them Ferraris like Texas.
No,
they gave them that green stuff.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. At number 16, Tennessee. I don't know. They do have a couple really wealthy, big time money guys, but it's a small state. They got to recruit nationally. And again, with NIL, they got some money. I do like Hype. I think he's a heck of a football coach. And I'll talk more about him a little bit later. I watched him yesterday. He's high. He's high on this. There's the atmosphere there. They're okay. I'd say they're probably about where they need to be.
I think so, but they got a lot to prove. I mean, their under win total for this year is like 6.5, and if that happens, if they go under,
take the over. I've been saying I don't know much about them, but after listening to him and what he had to say, and I don't think he gets up there and lies. He feels really good about this football team. He feels good about the quarterback. He starts a new quarterback, seems like, every year.
But the problem with them is they're young, and go look at their schedule. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
I mean, they could legitimately lose 5 games, and it wouldn't be something that I would say would be a failure for the season because of how tough the schedule is. But they're a very young team. They're about to land the number 1 running back in the country over Ohio State, which really
Where is Florida State on this list?
Where's Indiana? I think people are missing out on Indiana.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back and finish up with this. This experts from USA Today, top programs going forward. Again, Ohio State was number 1. Bama was number 2. We'll see about that. All right, you know what? Bikes. Chad Mitchell said you got to get one of those electrical bikes. You can get all the exercise. You got a bad knee, got a bad heart, but you got to get the exercise in. He said you get on that, you pump it out, go as far as you want to go. You get tired, your knees aching a little bit too much, you're breathing too hard. He said, turn that juice on, come on back home. That makes a lot of sense. Steve's Bike Shop, Steverson's Bike Shop, Steve's Bike Shop, I'll get it right in a minute. Steve's Bike Shop, Steve Bertishaw is a swim coach at Mosley High School. He owns Steve's Bike Shop.
Good guy.
They've been in business since 1979. You don't stay in business like that unless you're treating people right and giving them great deals. He is the best at it. If you made a mistake, went to an apartment store and bought one of these bikes, you get home, the tires are flat, and they never stay pumped up. We all have done it. You get what you pay for. Go see Steve. He'll fix it up for you. Better yet, go buy a bike, standard bike or electric bike from Steve's Bike Shop. 23rd Street, the best of the best. Steve's Bike Shop is incredible. Kyle Vandegrift, listen to him every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You looking for a new roof? No further than Kyle Vandegrift. Not only that, they can build anything. A tradition to your house, a storm cellar, a schoolhouse, you name it, they can do it all. TK Vandy, roofing and general contracting. They design it, they build it, commercial, residential. Listen to them every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Also, Turpo Pest Control. Patrick does a great job. He was in here yesterday, did a wonderful job like he always does. You got bugs in the house, they'll be gone for good. You want your yard to look absolutely beautiful? It will look like a golf course. Go Turpo Pest Control. You'll be glad you did. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
France and Norway both have 2 wins at MetLife Stadium since week 1 of the 2025 NFL season. And you know who else has 2 wins?
The Jets.
The Jets. So France and Norway are tied with the Jets after their first week at MetLife Stadium.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Tuesday's weather forecast. Likely thunderstorms and light showers this afternoon. An evening with a high near 85 and a wind 23 to 27 miles per hour. A possibility of thunderstorms and light rain tonight and a temperature of 81. About the same tomorrow around 87 with a chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain. Raining lightly Thursday and very warm around 88. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
There's only one sport with games to bet every day the rest of the summer, and there's only one legal app to bet it. Bet baseball on Hard Rock Bet, your home to bet home runs, strikeouts, even the next at-bat. It's secure and regulated, so your money is safe. Step up to the plate with towering parlays that can turn a dollar bet into a max payout up to $2 million.
It's out of here!
Hard Rock Bet.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Full residential and commercial projects from start to finish. Wheelhouse is ready to help. From the moment you have the thought to build to the moment you step through the front door of your finished project, Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering will walk you through all of your aspirations. Engineering, site plans, live architectural design, construction, 3D rendering, permits, and more. Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering, 850-896-6597, 850-896-6597, and online at wheelhousedba.com.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all.
These men need inspiration.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
They're motivated by Vicodin and Road Skank.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3. ESPN Northwest Florida. Here we go. We got to get through this list. We talked about Tennessee. We talked about A&M. And let's get to number 17. They just edged out number 18, Florida State. Florida State comes at 18th, but number 17 is Indiana. Indiana just won national championship the year before. Didn't they compete or play for?
They were in the playoffs.
Yeah. They got one of the richest men around supporting that program.
Multiple.
Talk about. I thought Indiana would be up high. I think it probably because it's just happened recently.
Yeah, I don't think.
Do they have a lot of faith it's going to continue?
I don't know why they wouldn't, because the NIL game has changed everything for some of these teams, and they have the top business school in the country for a public school, and you have billionaires like Mark Cuban, and there's like 10 other ones that donate to this program. They're building a $200 million upgrade for their facilities and stadiums. So, to me, this is a program in the right. I definitely have them in the top 10. They just went 16 won a national championship, had a Heisman Trophy winner. As long as Signetti's there, and if he can give them 7-8 good years, Indiana is going to be a problem for the foreseeable future. I don't see them missing the playoffs in any aspect. They just got the number one receiver in the country, Monchon Sales, that I know Alabama was recruiting very hard. 6'4", looks like the Coleman kid that's at Texas now that was at Auburn. Really, really good player. They get the best quarterbacks in the portal. They do not lack money, and you can talk about their tradition because I think that's what's hurting them right now. But if we're looking forward, I'm buying Indiana big time.
All right, here we go. FSU 18. It's just what kills them, NIL money. You got the tradition. You've won national championship. Great location. They got everything going for them but money.
I truly believe the right coach can fix anything except money. I mean, at this day and age, if you're going to pay a kid $2 million and this guy's going to pay him $500,000, the kid's going to take $2 million every single time. I don't care what type of love. That's generational, life-changing money. But I do think if they get the right coach in, because I do think Norvell's lost the favor of some of these bigger boosters, that the money will come back and they can be competitive again. Now, will they be the 90s Bobby Bowden, Florida State? I doubt it. But, if you got Frankel was never a big-time NIL spender at Penn State, but every 2-3 years as he developed the guys he could get and identify, he could compete for a national title. Now, he didn't, accomplish it, but he was in the semifinals one play away 2 years ago, ended up getting fired after that. So I truly believe Florida State can make it back to a certain level of success, but as far as being a national title contender every single year without the top NIL game, it's going to be hard to do.
Yeah, you won't see what Bobby Bowden did there anytime soon. And I think Alabama, what Saban, I don't think you're going to see that very soon either.
The problem with Florida State, if you get way behind Florida and Summerall, if he hits it big there, then you've got Cristobal at Miami, you're going to be third in the state, and that's a hard thing.
Then you have to make a change.
Then you have to spend a lot of money in NIL to attract these kids.
I'm not going to go – I want to jump real quick. I'm just going to mention these. I'm going to talk about 19's BYU, 20 Nebraska, 21 Auburn. I don't want to make anybody mad as an FSU fan. Auburn has a lot more money than FSU. They got a bigger stadium. Both teams, I just think Auburn's a better job because of the money.
Potentially top 15 when they're going good.
When the money, Yellowwood, they just got more money than FSU. So I thought Auburn should be ahead of FSU.
With Auburn too, you have the conference. Let's face it, the ACC does not have the same pull as the SEC when you're talking conference as well.
Right. You bring in $75 million compared to what, 30, 40.
With the uncertainty, I think coaches can use recruiting against the ACC and Big 12 because, hey, they may not be around in 3 years. Come down to SEC.
When does the profit sharing kick in?
I think it already has.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the SEC's got more to share than the ACC.
By a substantial amount.
22 Washington, Big 10, 23 Iowa in the Big 10, 24 Ole Miss from the SEC.
I thought they'd be higher, way higher.
Yeah, I did too. And number 25, SMU. SMU's got plenty of money also. They were doing it way back in the 80s. They're the experts.
They got experience.
They were the original NIL.
So that's your top 25 greatest programs going forward. Ohio State, Alabama, number 3 Georgia, 4 Notre Dame, 5 Texas, 6 LSU, 7 Michigan, 8 Oklahoma, 9 Miami, 10 USC, 11 Oregon, 12 Penn State, Clemson's 13th, Florida's 14th, Texas A&M's 15th, 16th is Tennessee, 17th Indiana, 18th FSU, 19th BYU, 20 Nebraska, 21 Auburn, 22 Washington, 23 Iowa, 24 Ole Miss, and 25 SMU. I think they got it wrong. I think the NIL changes everything. I don't think they gave enough to that. And that's just my opinion.
Have both Texas A&M and we never heard of Texas Tech in there, did we?
No, they didn't. Well, they didn't make the top 25. How can you not have Texas Tech?
Yeah,
they got a billionaire.
Yeah. And they were in the playoffs, so they were literally one of the top 8 teams in the country.
But again, they gave, I think, every little category so many. They divided up. They didn't like NIL should be 75% of it. They didn't. They had
to put some weight on history as well,
right?
Because they don't have a history recently of winning. So,
all right, SEC media days have started. 2 or 3 notes, Roy. I don't have much time to get all of it in. You know what? I'm going to talk about this. Get out to Newbies, have a great time. John and Charlotte, they always give back to our community. I remember you and I started this thing, 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah. Almost
and
11
they
now.
had a big thing for the Humane Center down there at Newbie Steel and Curve, equipment for the fire department.
Right.
They always do special things. Charlotte gave all kind of money to college here. Let's get out and support all 4 Newbies. Newbies 2 in the Curve, watch all the sporting events. St. Andrews, the big, beautiful blue facility. And then head on down to the mothership like everybody's going to do. Everybody does it, and everybody has a great time. It's known throughout the Southeast. It's known throughout the country. People come down here just to go to Newbies, have a great time, and go to our beaches. Get out there and support them big time. Also, there was one other one, Pepper's Mexican Grill. I didn't mention them yet. You love Mexican food. We finally got one on Panama City Beach Parkway. Go check it out. Monday, military 10% off. Buy a draft beer, get the next one free. Same thing with House Margaritas. Great food. Great place to have birthday party, too. Pepper's Mexican Grill on 77 and on Panama City Beach Parkway. How much time I got?
Oh, let's see. We got about 3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes. A couple things that happened on SEC Media Days. Big takeaway, SEC was the power in college football. Some say top to bottom it's still the greatest college football program. I kind of agree with that. Top program, top end is the Big Ten. They've won 3 national championships in a row. You could argue they're the best program in all college football. It's been 3 years now since the SEC even played for the national championship. This year, did they get somebody in? Jason, does anybody make the national championship game, much less win it from the SEC this year?
Definitely think they have some teams that without knowing how the season plays off, injuries, matchups, stuff like that. I definitely think Texas has the roster, and you can never count out Kirby Smart.
Mm-hmm.
LSU for me, it's going to be hard to get because they have 60 new guys to get that to gel, to get that going in the right direction.
Anybody can do it, Lane.
He's never done it before. And he left Ole Miss in the middle of a playoff run. So, but they gave him.
But he started working on it then. win.
Right, but they've given him everything. I truly believe in their offensive coordinator. Offensive line could be a little shaky. That's where you have to gel a little bit. So I'm going to wait and see Mo with LSU. But as far as talent, they have it. I don't know if anybody outside those three teams really has a shot at winning it all. That doesn't mean they can't make the playoffs, win a game.
But you never, nobody's given A&M much credit. They made the playoffs last year. The quarterback's back. That could be a bad thing. But anyway, if he would have a great year, who knows? Maybe they're a wild card. Alabama, year 3 for the board, maybe. Bama's got the third best percentage chances to do it. I don't really agree with that.
Yeah.
But I think the top 4, like you pointed out, was Texas, Georgia, Texas, Alabama, then LSU. And I think that was coming out of Vegas, I think.
Yeah.
I just don't know about that. Other things coming out of SEC, we'll talk about that a little bit later. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Coblesi, tell us how they get up with you. And where are you located?
We're located on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village. We have the free sample bar, so we bring in new pre-workouts all the time. You can come down, grab a free sample, take it to the gym, work out on it. That way you can find the best product for you. You don't have to buy anything. We sample out most of our proteins, amino acids. We got hydration products. We got full multivitamins. We got individual vitamins. I got a lot of stuff for gut health. If you got bloating or
he just looked at me.
And I have a product called Good Morning. It has apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, glutamine. It's phenomenal for the stomach. I hate the taste of apple cider vinegar, but these taste like an orange juice. And they also have a fruit punch that's really good. So just come down, try out our try out our sample bar to find a new product for you. That helps you take the guesswork out and helps you keep you from buying something that you're never going to use. But I'm on 23rd Street every day, 2 to 7, and we have our location at Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Get out to the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. We're live from J. Michael's Studios. Go check it out. You'll absolutely love it. It's like a museum in there. You got guns, you got surfboards, you got motorboats, you got everything you can think of. And they got a wall of coaches, pictures of coaches up there. It's incredible. The legendary J. Michael's, the best seafood, ice cold beer. J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. Also, don't forget about skin cancer. 1 in 5 can develop it. It can be deadly. All it takes is 5 minutes to get checked out. If you listen to Dr. Ward, you got an office near you right now. Dr. Ward, listen to him every Wednesday at 7:30 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back. Alabama. Be right back.
Set your alarm clock to wake up with the Coach Hale Show on ESPN Northwest Florida.
We can go to a youth sporting event, drink, and you know how they can get when they don't get their way? Man, that can create a problem.
In-depth local and college sports from expert insiders and a dash of controversy.
The day and age we live in with parents going crazy, getting in fights. I don't see alcohol making that any better.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9.
5 minutes can save your life.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Tuesday's weather forecast. Likely thunderstorms and light showers this afternoon. An evening with a high near 85 and a wind 23 to 27 miles per hour. A possibility of thunderstorms and light rain tonight and a temperature of 81. About the same tomorrow around 87 with a chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain. Raining lightly Thursday and very warm around 88. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Your safety and proper care of your boat in an emergency is crucial. When it comes to on-water assistance, response time is everything. And since 1996, in the Bay or on the Gulf, it's SEATO. SEATO's Coast Guard licensed captains are on the scene in an average of 1 hour or less. SEATO gets members home or back to boating faster. Become a member today at SEATO.com or call 850-234-2323.
Discover the new Kia. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive the all-new 2026 Kia, where comfort, safety, and technology come together like never before. Explore the new 2026 SUV family that moves you and drive away in a new 2026 Seltos, Sportage, or Sorento that are built to inspire every journey. Craving performance? Feel the thrill in the luxurious 2026 Kia K5 sedan, crafted for power, style, and you. And for for innovation that sparks excitement, check out the 2026 all-electric Kia EV9, a modern masterpiece that's fast-charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. It's the peace of mind that you can trust. Visit us at 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or online at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for details.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
The locals love it. I'd like to introduce.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
Milk was a bad choice.
If I could just have your attention.
60% of the time, it works every time.
If anyone wants to switch jobs, let me know.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
I have many leather-bound books.
At 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
That's the reason nobody believes it. Roll Tide, roll. Alabama updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Nobody does a better job than Stevenson Air Conditioning, and he's local. Always spend your money on people that live here. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. That's what you get with Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're there anytime, day or night. If you're having a hard time keeping the house cooled off, call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Let them come out and service it. It's going to run better. It's going to last longer. It's going to save you money. It's that simple. And once you buy one, I'm telling you, as we know, everything's gotten expensive. Once you buy one, your power bill drops. Over a period of time, it pays for itself. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Don't go with anybody else. Go local. Go Stevenson. All right. National Championship. Latest National Championship odds. Where is Bama? Where are they located in this thing? Conference Championships 2026 predictions. Where's Bama? Is Bama predicted to win the SEC? Well, this particular publication has Texas win the SEC, not Alabama, not Georgia, not LSU. The Texas Longhorns with that great roster. The Big Ten. They have the Ohio State Buckeyes win the Big Ten. The ACC, they got Clemson with a bounce-back year. Clemson wins the ACC, not Miami. Big 12 will be Kansas State, not Texas Tech, not SMU. The American Conference has Tulane, Sun Belt, James Madison, Conference USA, Liberty, the MAC, Tulane, and that's all I wrote about. So forget that. National Championship odds. Where's Bama? Let's look down the list. The number one team to win the national championship in 2026. Drum roll. That's pretty good. The Ohio State Buckeyes, plus 550 to win the national championship. Notre Dame, with that schedule, plus 650 to win the national championship. With the best wide receiver that you can go get from Auburn, with the best running back from NC State, and wherever else they got them. They got a lot of new players. Texas Longhorns, plus 750. Indiana, defending national champs, is tied with Oregon. Both of them are in fourth place, tied with plus 800 to win the national championship. And what a slap in the face to Kirby Smart and Georgia Bulldogs with 16 starters coming back. I'm telling you now, if they can throw the ball down the field, hit some big plays in the passing game, watch out. Georgia, plus 850 to win it. Miami is next, plus 1,200. Then you got Texas A&M at plus 2,000. Then you have a bunch of them tied up. LSU, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Alabama. All of those teams are plus 2,200 to win it all. Then you go to USC, plus 3,500. Michigan, I was surprised. Michigan, plus 4,000. Tennessee, plus 450. What does Vegas know that we don't know?
Nothing.
And Florida Gators, plus 5,000. Or was it 50,000? No, that's 5. No, I think it was 5. Anyway, that's your odds to win this year's national championship. James, give me the top 4 teams in the country. Who's going to be left? Who's going to be the Final Four?
Oh, my Final Four right now. I like Ohio State, Notre Dame, Miami,
2 easy schedules. That's good picks. That's smart.
I'm probably leaning Georgia.
There you go.
For my Final Four.
There you go. Georgia, Ohio State. You got Notre Dame's schedule so easy.
Yep.
I got Notre Dame.
Miami's.
And Miami's 45th.
Georgia has the easiest schedule in the SEC this year.
Yeah.
And they're still good.
And they don't play an out-of-conference opponent this year. That's really
They got Georgia Tech at the end of the year, and they're down, supposedly.
Yeah.
So Georgia, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Miami probably, just because of schedule.
That's who I picked. That's who I bet, Kyle, that I would shave my head if one of them didn't win, and he would do the opposite if the field won. So I truly believe it's going to come from those 4. I think Texas has the best roster, but I just don't believe in Sarkisian, and maybe he proves me wrong, But I think Oregon hasn't proved it in the playoffs. They're going to be super talented. They got one of the best defensive lines in the country with a lot of guys coming back, a lot of experience at quarterback, wide receiver. They got one of the most experienced teams, but, man, they get beat down when it counts in the playoffs. So just not – I got to see it. A sleeper would be, to me, like LSU and I don't understand the odds on Miami. If I had $100, I would go put it out on Miami right now to win 1,200. I think they have one of the top 3 rosters, and I think they're hungry. They got close last year, and people don't understand when you get that little taste and just miss out. You do everything in your power that next year, and they got some experience coming back, and I think they got a better quarterback, and they got a little bit more weapons around Tony this year. To me, I might even put them at number 1, number 2 preseason, just because their schedule's so easy. Who are they going to play in the ACC that's really going to threaten them? That Miami Notre Dame game to me is one of the best, probably second best outside Ohio State, Texas.
All right, let's go back the last couple of years. You had Michigan; they won it, and they beat Washington. The next year, neither one of those teams got close to it. Ohio State wins it, and they beat Notre Dame. Correct?
Yep.
Neither one of those teams played for the national championship, right?
No, they got beat first round.
Okay. And neither Notre Dame.
Notre Dame got left out.
Yeah. Okay. So this year you had Indiana play Miami. Do both of them get left out this year? Does that trend keep going?
I don't think so for Miami. To me, Indiana is still kind of a wild card because
new quarterback.
Because it's not a historic
and their schedule's
program.
a lot tougher now.
Yeah, it's going to be a tougher schedule, and people are looking for you now. You're not that little, we're playing Indiana.
Yeah.
Now you do have that target on your back.
If Miami misses out with that schedule, something's wrong.
No, I'm talking about playing for the championship.
Oh, for the championship.
Yeah.
That's no guarantee. I mean, it's so hard, like we've talked about. I mean, you have to have a little bit of luck.
So it could be somebody we're not even. It could be a dark horse to win it this year. You just don't know anymore.
It could be LSU. It could be somebody that Florida has an outside chance just because they got a lot of talent, wide receiver. If they can get a quarterback,
Florida's got some defense coming back too.
Yeah, so. It's and all you got to do is get in and be hot at the end of the year. It's a lot different now than it was before.
And that's when I go back in this strength of schedule, and we'll get into this a little bit later. Hopefully today we'll get into it. Missouri's head football coach complaining about having to play. They kind of felt like they were tricked. I did too. I kind of I love our commissioner. I love him, but a couple things he said I don't understand. It's all about the money. It's not what's best for the conference. It's not. It's all I guess money is the best for the conference.
They got strong armed by the Big Ten. Let's be honest.
They did, and the ESPN. I'm sure they wanted to have more revenue for them because people pay big time money to watch Alabama and Texas play and add another game, Georgia and LSU.
I truly believe this happened because we're moving towards that super conference. The Big Ten said, hey, if you want us to, actually take you seriously as far as these negotiations, get on the same page with us as far as scheduling. And I think that truly played into 90% of it.
Yep. And we didn't need to do that. And he's threatening. And he said it's not a threat. He said, could this really happen? He said there are discussions. The SEC pulling out and just playing SEC schools and having their own little deal, the SEC championship. And that's one league that could really survive doing that. That's one of the only ones. I think he's doing that, sending a message to the Big Ten, it's time for us to do this. So we'll see.
And then they went to 9 games.
Yeah.
So
Hey, look at this lineup on November 7th. You got Oregon at Ohio State. I believe it's at Ohio State.
Yeah, that one is.
You got Alabama at LSU. You got Georgia at Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. You got Miami at Notre Dame. And they threw another one there I could care less about, but it is a big game for those people out there. BYU at Utah.
You will not hear from me that day.
Yeah, that's going to be some big time football.
I'll be in
right
front
there.
of my TV and all day long. That's a great weekend.
Don't you think the Oregon-Ohio State game probably the noon game, Big 12 kickoff noon game?
Maybe.
Fox.
It's just with their draft, I'm not sure. That's what they've been historically doing. But Ohio State's put a lot of pressure on the Fox. They're really upset about playing these noon games because it hurts recruiting. You can't get to kids play on a Friday night and have to get to Columbus by 10 a.m. They're just not being able to recruit.
But
like
they
that.
dominate that time slot.
But they do have Michigan. I think the Ohio State-Indiana game is going to be at noon because they're both East Coast teams. And I think they're trying to get away from making these West Coast Pac-12 teams play at noon because that's actually like a 9 a.m. game for them. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a little bit later.
I think Alabama at LSU is going to be the night game, and I think Georgia at Ole Miss will be the 2:30 kickoff. I think I could be wrong on that. Notre Dame, Miami, I'm sure NBC will put that at night.
Yeah.
So
that's. To me, that's my favorite game of the day, even as an Ohio State
maybe
fan.
you're right. Maybe Fox, maybe somebody else gets that. If they do, that would. If Fox doesn't get it, it's going to be the night game.
Well, with their draft, they get like 3 games that they get the number 1 pick on. You know that's going to be Ohio State, Michigan because it's always at noon.
Right.
I think Ohio State, Indiana, and then they do play USC as well, but I'm not sure. There's a couple. It's not just about Ohio State either. There's other games like Oklahoma, Michigan. I think Big Ten has the rights to that one, so that might be a noon game. So we'll see. I hate the noon games, to be honest, but, I mean, it's making Fox money, so how can I argue with it?
All right, getting back to the SEC, a couple things I wrote down. You know, the big one, we hadn't won a national championship. We haven't even played the national championship in the SEC the last 3 years. There was talk about, he was asked a question, are you for real about maybe pulling out of the NCAA? He goes, yes, there are discussions about pulling out of the NCAA. They also asked him questions about going to 24 teams, 12. And he said, you got to look at that. You got to look at everything. You got to look at the calendar. There's so many things to look in just to jump out and say, yeah, we're going to 24. And he's right about that. I think 24 is way too many. I hate it. Yeah, if they're going to jump it up at all, go to 16 and just let it be.
One thing that's special about the college football is the regular seasons is important. Every game is important. You know, if you go to 24 teams and the entire top 25 make the playoffs, who cares about the regular season? Like Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, they could lose 4 games and still make it to the playoffs. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
and that's TV execs making decisions instead of football people, and that really irritates me.
Yeah, I hope they don't go to 24. But when you look – and I don't think they're going to pay them twice as much money. They're looking at the money right now. They're paying – the amount of money they're paying right now for 12 is unbelievable. And they're thinking they'll double that. I don't see them doubling that amount of money. They're going to give them more, but I don't think they'll double it.
I think 12's fine. I thought 8 was better.
If you went 12 and you did the 12 best teams,
right?
Go back to the computer, go strength the schedule, do that, and then tie it in with the people. Have it where the computer has so many percentage points, and then the people pick it. Do something different.
I wouldn't even mind going to 16 and having no buys because I think buys are killing the top, 4, 8 teams or whatever, however many are going to get buys. Those teams are 1 in 8 in the first round. Like they get buys and are off 3 weeks. I hate that part of it.
Well, that's what he talked about, the calendar. He said, we got to look at this. When you go to 24 teams, this is going to affect a lot of things. So he was smart about it. I listened to him. I understand where he's coming from with that.
If you go to 16 teams, though, if you look at the history since we have gone into a playoff format, even on down to the 4-team playoffs, there's only been like 2 or 3 seasons where a group of team was not in the top 16. So if you do that, you still get that one group of teams still in, so you can have that quote-unquote Cinderella.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that gives the top seeds a home game, which they don't get a home game right now. They're always a neutral field.
Well, wait a minute. We had 2 Cinderellas in last year, James Madison and Tulane. How did that happen?
They got killed.
But how'd they get in?
They both finished in the top, 15 or whatever it is they got to do.
Because the ACC champion was like
and that also
be honest. How in the world to Tulane and James Madison be ranked in the top 15 teams in the country? Come on.
Because they want everybody to participate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can correct this stuff.
And those were the lowest rated games in all of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody watched that stuff.
All right, we'll be right back. We got time to talk about some people?
We're going to go.
All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. Not even close. Roll Tide.
Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
And they're not going to tell you outright. You'll hear within their words if they're pleased or not with certain position groups.
Soundtrack behind you there.
Man, people want to talk to you bad. Just call the station. They want to get them.
And on the request line.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Tuesday's weather forecast. Likely thunderstorms and light showers this afternoon. An evening with a high near 85 and a wind 23 to 27 miles per hour. A possibility of thunderstorms and light rain tonight and a temperature of 81. About the same tomorrow around 87 with a chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain. Raining lightly Thursday and very warm around 88. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Get ready for our Star Spangled Celebration at Tracy's Fine Jewelry and Gifts in beautiful downtown Panama City. Save 20 to 50% throughout the store on fine jewelry, diamonds, gifts, and more. Plus, now is the perfect time to start your Christmas shopping with only 20% down on layaways. Don't miss the savings, sparkle, and celebration at Tracy's Fine Jewelry and Gifts, putting a sparkle on Bay County, 638 Harrison Avenue, downtown Panama City.
It's almost time to kick off the 2026 season at the bank. Whether you want to be at the center of it all as a season ticket member, lock in 3 or more games with a bundle at the bank, or cheer on the Jags at your most anticipated matchup, there's a way for everyone to be a part of the action. Seating is limited, so don't wait. Secure your tickets now by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
A lot more excitement is yet to come.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Whoa! Eagle! Hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenner. Steve, Elizabeth, Craig, get out and support them Auburn Tigers. They love, those people I mentioned, they love Auburn. There's so many Auburn people in the Panhandle of Florida. It's incredible. A lot of pride in that school. 5 years of losing season in football is unheard of. I just can't ever remember that happening before. I think it all ends this year. I think Auburn's going to be really good. I think they're going to be one of the most improved teams in the SEC, them and Florida Gators. Stevenson, air conditioned, Alabama update. Beef O'Brae's Lynn Haven, Auburn update. You want to have a great meal today? Get out to Beef O'Brae's over in Lynn Haven. Walk in, they treat you like family. Always got a smile on their face. TVs everywhere to watch what's going on in the world and have a great meal. Got a big birthday party, and this happens a lot during college football season. They call Pat and say, look, I need X amount of wings. You know what? All you got to do is go pick them up. They're ready for you. Beef O'Brae's Lynn Haven, number one, not even close. Pat Perneau has done so many great things for this community. High school sports, all the football teams. We used to do TV shows over there. Beef O'Brae's, Lynn Haven. Pat Perneau, city commissioner, Lynn Haven. Love that guy. And he shops at your place quite a bit.
Yeah, I see him.
And I'm the one that told him that's where you need to go, brother.
He's doing really good, feeling good, looking good, so I'm happy for him.
All right, SEC Media Days 2027. Very disappointed in our commissioner. He said, we have outgrown Hoover, Alabama. Hoover, Alabama has been so good to the SEC. And I'm telling you, the coaches, different LSU coaches, Auburn, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, all of them, the Mississippi schools, they all enjoyed going there. SEC tournament, baseball, they all love going there. This is a big deal for that part of the world, and they pack it out when they have the SEC Media Days. Well, it's been 6 consecutive years they've been outside of Hoover, and guess where they're going next year? They'll be in Nashville, Tennessee, July 12th through the 15th. So this year was the 20th. Are we on the air?
No, I think it's just the control room. Hold on.
So keep talking? Okay. Do we have ghosts in here? Are we being haunted?
Pretty much.
But, I mean, seriously, his office is in Birmingham. It was right there's Hoover right there beside you. And people enjoyed it there. I didn't understand Tampa. Why did they go to Tampa?
So what's the capacity in Tennessee versus what it is in Hoover? I mean, is this about just money?
Probably.
Yeah,
They probably bid for it.
Yeah.
They don't ever tell you all that stuff. And truly,
To
I don't
me,
know.
Hoover embodied everything about the SEC baseball that coaches, teams, fans love. It was a little bit smaller. It wasn't, some big city.
I'm talking about I'm talking about this right now, though. I'm talking about the media days.
Okay.
Media days.
How do you outgrow a media day?
I know. I was like, that's the exact thing I thought. Wait a minute. They got a big airport. You can get in there just like you do Tampa.
That sounds like coach speak for they offered us more money. So,
Yeah.
I mean, and Tennessee's a great area. It's was it in Nashville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. I mean,
Tampa now. They're in Tampa this year. Remember, though, where the SEC basketball tournament was held? Tampa. And we all looked at that like, what?
It's not really SEC country, in my opinion. I mean,
Right. But
Atlanta, yes.
You won the bid for the tournament. Hey, you know what? We might have the SEC media day there too. To bring more people down there.
Hey, and the year after they'll put it in Detroit.
Big Ten, right?
Yeah. But anyway, I just some of the things they do I question. But anyway,
follow the money in every aspect of life now, and you'll have your answer.
They've been to,
and I can't blame them. I mean, money's everything. It goes back into the programs. Now we're going to see patches on jerseys, and I hate that. We're going, I forget the name of that
they're either going to have logos on the field.
I know they're selling that.
I can't wait to see the Paul Feinbaum face on the Alabama jerseys coming up.
Yeah, you won't see that. You won't see that.
Oh, we're on the Tennessee jersey.
Yeah. All right, Joel Flack has ranked the top 5 games of college football since 2000. And Auburn could have been a couple of them, but they did make one of them. And I'm sure we all know who it is. Let's go to USC at Notre Dame 2005. USC playing for the, I think, back-to-back national champs, I believe. Yeah. They got beat by Texas. We go back. Let's not even talk about that one right now. USC at Notre Dame 2005. Notre Dame 34. I'm sorry, USC 34, Notre Dame 31. The push Bush. Do you remember that game?
Oh, yeah.
They pushed him into the end zone. I do remember that game.
I thought that was supposed to be illegal even back then.
Yeah,
they didn't call it.
No penalty. And the game was played, I think, at Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah, because I remember Notre Dame grew their grass to like 7 inches because of how fast USC was, because they had Reggie Bush and all those wide receivers with Matt Leinart. It was a really good game. Notre Dame should have never lost that game, but that 4th and 1 play where they pushed him into the end zone was probably a penalty. And great game, though. Really good game.
All right, that was one of his top 5 games since 2000. I agree with that. That was a great game. Then you go to Oklahoma at Texas Tech 2016. I don't even remember this one. Oklahoma 66, Texas Tech 59.
Who cares?
Do y'all remember that game?
Not particularly. I mean, because they were in the Big 10 or 12 back then, weren't they?
What about Georgia Auburn? That should have been the Prayer and Jordan Hale. That should have been there.
Ohio State, Michigan, 2005. It was the game of the century, 1 versus 2. I think that game's on there because I think Mahomes was the quarterback, and I think Baker Mayfield was the quarterback at Oklahoma, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason it's on there, because it's got a lot of star power that came into the NFL, became future stars. But as far as a college football game, if you would have asked me about that, I would have been like, what game was that?
Well, this one here is just the same way. Why would this one be in here? 2008, Texas at Texas Tech. Do y'all remember that game?
No.
Did either win the national championship?
Number 1 Texas lost to Texas Tech 39-33.
If the game didn't have a direct impact on the national championship game, how can it be one of the most important in the last, how many years?
I mean, it could be an entertaining game, but important, no.
No. All right. And here we got 2 left. BCS national championship game. That could be one of the best games I ever watched. Texas, USC, Rose Bowl, Texas 41, USC 38.
Yeah, that was a good game.
100%.
That needs to be there.
A lot of talent. I mean, Texas probably a little bit undermanned, but they had Superman at that time, Vince Young, and he carried them against that super talented USC team. So I can't argue with that one.
And then you got the kick 6. Alabama at Auburn, 2013. Bama could have won, going for 2 or 3 national championships in a row, and Auburn took it away, ripped their heart out. They put 1 second. Nick wanted 1 second back on the clock. They gave it to him. One said, "Will he throw a Hail Mary?" And they kicked the field goal, and they didn't cover. And Auburn took it to the house. I think it was Davis that did it, and Auburn wins the game, 34-28. That one hurt. This reminded me of y'all are too young. 1972. I was going to Floyd Junior High, and we had half the schools Alabama, half Auburn, and Auburn was really good back then. Pat Sullivan played in 71, but in 1972 we thought we'd get them, and we'd beat them in 71. In 70 they beat us. 69 they beat us, but we're winning 16-0. Suge Jordan gets booed by Auburn fans, and Alabama fans kind of laughing at him. He kicked a field goal late in the game. You're down 16-0. They kick a field goal.
Yeah.
They block a punt. They run it back. Now it's 16-10.
Uh-oh.
Alabama can't get a first down. Auburn. It's like like it happened right back to back. The same people blocked it. Same people ran it back. Touchdown. They kick the extra point. Alabama throws interception. Next series, game's over, and 17-16. That game made me sick for years.
Yeah.
And then the kick six, my God, those two are the gut-wrenching losses I've ever seen, those two games, 72 and 2013.
The kick six got to be the most historical ending, maybe outside of the Flutie Hail Mary, as far as a game you'll remember for the rest of your life, just because of how it ended. And what was at stake? Alabama, like you said, was going for 2 or 3 national championships. Auburn was kind of that thorn in their side. Yeah. They weren't scared of Alabama, saving, politicking and getting 1 sec back on the clock. Whether that was probably true or not, he got what he asked for, and then he got what he asked for. But I remember the call, "You're not going to keep him off the field tonight," and it was so
And what I think what made it
exciting.
so, like you said, made it last so long and maybe be the greatest play in college football is because CBS kept it on a little bit longer, and they watched all those people come out of the stands. That field was completely packed. It was crazy. You see all that.
You got to think they thought they were about to lose, and then all of a sudden they flipped it around in like 10 seconds, and they were like, "Holy cow, we're going to win this game!" I think a lot of people changed their philosophy on kicking long field goals and who they have on the field, because when you got 9 offensive linemen on the field and you got a guy that catches the ball that's running a 4-3.
Well, give Gus Malzahn. You know what he did? He timed out. He put his punt return team in there.
Right, yeah.
And I'm going to say another thing about Gus Malzahn. What's happened to Auburn since he's been gone?
Yeah.
That's probably one of the biggest mistakes they made by getting rid of him.
It wasn't the only time they beat Alabama when they were favored by a lot.
Yeah, I think Gus would have done a lot better the last 5 years than what they had.
I think he needed to change his offense a little bit, but if he hires the right coordinators, Gus had a lot of success against Alabama, and that's who you really need to set your sights on if you're going to try to win SEC titles back at that era.
Get out to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Have a great meal today. You're already down in Lynn Haven. Let's go see Russ and Amber and Patrick. What can we do? They have a list down there. Maybe we can put our name on a board, and they might send some people down there and say, "Look, my name's down there. Go buy this for me."
The wish list.
Is that what it's called?
It's the wish list. You
what
just
are we
go
talking
down.
about?
You just go down, you shop, you look around, you do your thing that you do in stores like that. You go, "Man, this is beautiful. I do need this brand new watch." You go, "Hey, Dave, hey, let me put my name on the wish list." And I write it, James Fife. And then next to it I put, "Coach Hale, buy this."
And then he laughs.
Yeah, I laugh, yeah. Russ, Amber, and Patrick, they'll do a great job for you. David Adams, if you got jewelry you want to sell, you got some gold, silver, will make a little bit of money, that's who you need to go see. David Adams. Also, don't forget about Mexican. We love Mexican food. Pepper's Mexican Grill. The one on 77. We finally got one on Panama City Beach Parkway. Buy one, get one free. House margaritas and draft beer. Pepper's Mexican Grill. Every Monday, 10% discount. Military. Go check it out. I think Julie and I are going to go there tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow, and have dinner. All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
Fourth quarter, which quarterback do you want? It'll be Patrick Mahomes would be 1, Matthew Stafford 2, Jalen Hurts 3. Joe Burrow, when he's healthy, he's great. It's just I don't like to have that attached to my quarterback. When he's healthy, he's great. I want him to be healthy.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Crawfish, shrimp, red royals, and everything crabs. Watch almost every sporting event in the country on their huge outdoor jumbotron. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on weekly events, live music, and food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, your home away from home for sports, good times, and great food. The best boiled seafood. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Discover the new Kia. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive the all-new 2026 Kia, where comfort, safety, and technology come together like never before. Explore the new 2026 SUV family that moves you and drive away in a new 2026 Seltos, Sportage, or Sorento that are built to inspire every journey. Craving performance? Feel the thrill in the luxurious 2026 Kia K5 sedan, crafted for power, style, and you. And for innovation that sparks excitement, check out the 2026 all-electric Kia EV9, a modern masterpiece that's fast-charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. It's the peace of mind that you can trust. Visit us at 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or online at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for details.
He doesn't try on clothes at the department stores. He just rips stuff off the hanger and lives with the consequences for years.
It's classy, it's intriguing.
He's sexy, sassy, and full of spunk.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. David Adamson. Did I say that right? David Adamson.
You did right there.
Yeah. Julie said I didn't say it right. I meant to say it right. You know how that brain works sometimes. All right, let's get to road in SEC Media Days yesterday. I was impressed with Kentucky's new football coach. I kind of feel he's going to do a pretty good job there, James. I think y'all hired a good one. He's young.
Well, I like how they led with Kentucky. That's just showing you where the SEC is thinking the future is going.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it will be challenging Indiana and Ohio State in the future. Basketball.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I do think Kentucky hired a good coach. I think he'll do a good job there. It's just, that you've got money. It's not like you don't have money. Y'all like spending it on basketball, I think, more than football.
Oh, absolutely. It is a total basketball school. I mean, football's there, and it's fun, and the fans show up, and they travel pretty well to the closer SEC locations, but it's not like, I've gone to Kroger Field, I've gone to Rupp. One is a nice picnic environment. The other one is just a stadium that is going nuts.
Yeah. But I think he's going to do well. I think he can make him competitive. Stoops did it. I think he can get that thing rolling. And I was impressed with him. Now, Missouri's coach, I like him a lot. He's funny. He's witty. He was talking about the 9-game conference games. I'm with him. I always look at things out of the coach's eyes. All of them got one more loss. I don't care what the Big Ten's doing. I don't care what any other conference is doing. We were the dominant conference. Everything was going right. We got bullied into it. And also with the money from ESPN, it wasn't just the Big Ten twisting our arms like Jason says. It was other factors in there with ESPN. Probably want more
I'm sure they wanted more money.
Yeah.
I mean, better games, better in-conference games, more money they're going to make. But I think the Big Ten SEC, before they even get on the same page as far as, being in an alignment, they want to have the schedules aligned. That was one of the most important.
I would have said, look, when we get out and we start our own league, then we'll do that.
I would have said, okay, if y'all don't want to do that, the Big Ten's going to 8.
Yeah.
And then y'all would have whined about that.
No, I think the Big Ten should. I would have whined about that. I think they should have.
They wanted to cancel the game.
But y'all got 20 teams.
That's the point.
Yeah, so you can't go to 8.
We
only have 16.
We can, and we just never play each other. We can make our schedules like Georgia this year, where they don't play anybody.
But that's what wins.
That doesn't win. I'd rather play a tough schedule. I mean, I'd rather play the schedule Ohio State does this year, because their schedule last year was a little weak in the regular season. When they got into those tougher games, they made a lot of mistakes that I think would have been cleaned up if they had
I see what y'all are saying. And y'all right. I can't argue that you're not right. But I'm just saying as a coach, hey, I'm telling you right now, look at Bowden, look at Coach Bryant. They all knew they could schedule them. They knew what to do. Bowden even said it. We don't need to go in the SEC. It's a lot easier in the ACC, and look how it worked out for him. He's playing for championships. He won all those games. I wouldn't have gone to 9 conference games.
Weak.
I wouldn't.
Soft.
I wouldn't have. Not until I know for a fact strength of schedule really counts, and I don't trust the committee. I don't. When James Madison gets in, Tulane gets in, and you're gonna make me play 9 games? No.
That's the problem. Those teams shouldn't get in, or Texas Tech, BYU if they don't win their conference, because those conferences are not made equal, and they have not figured out that formula on how to judge a 3-loss SEC team or 3 or 4-loss Big Ten team versus a 2-loss Big 12 team who plays only one top 25 team the entire year.
Or I'll even say this: undefeated James Madison
or Notre Dame. Let's be honest. They got left out last year. So, but my problem with that was, to me, they were clearly one of the top 12 teams in the country as far as talent.
Right. Come on.
If you don't think they gave any
I
of
can put up with one team getting in,
right?
Tulane.
But if you don't think Notre Dame would have whooped James Madison and Tulane, I don't know what you're looking at.
You could have put both those rosters together, and they still would have been.
Yeah, you could put an all-star team of them two together.
Going back to Oklahoma's head coach, I watched and listened to him. He's a highly intelligent, good guy. He finally got it rolling there. They made the playoffs. I think he's going to do a good job there. But to me, I think a good job there is winning 10 games a year. I'm like you. It's going to be hard for them to win a national championship.
Yeah, I mean, SEC's tough, and I don't see them at the top of the NIL world, and I think they lack some creativity on offense. I mean, that's to me where they're going to suffer a little bit. He's a tremendous defensive coordinator. I don't think it's a coincidence when he left is when Dabo kind of started to slide a little bit, So I think he had a lot of positive impact on that program and how it was ran. And
their schedule's brutal, but I do believe he has another good. I like him. Win or lose, like
my hot take for them this year is I think they're going to miss the playoffs, because if you look at their schedule, there's a good chance they could lose 4 games.
You're talking about their offense. Defense has never been a problem there with him, but they got 75% of their production back on offense. They got 61% of their defense back. The transfers, how good are they? The quarterback, they had him there. He is a good-looking kid, big, physical-looking guy, and all he talked about was the pick six he threw against Alabama that cost them the game. He says he have nightmares about it.
He's probably going to have more nightmares this year then, because he didn't look very good at the end of the year last year. But he could have been injured, so I'll give him some leeway on that.
Now, you're talking about Missouri, their coach. They got 59% of their offense back, only 43% of their defense is back. I'm not sure. I didn't really check their schedule out real tough. I don't think it's the toughest in the SEC. He does a really good job. The stadium is now complete. It's beautiful. Things are going up for Missouri.
They got maybe the top running back in the country in Hardy. But is that going to win you 9-10 games, get you into the playoffs? I always see them as an 8-4, maybe max out at 9-3, barely miss the playoff type team because their schedule is not the toughest usually. But I think he does as good as you can at Missouri. I don't think Missouri is flooded with money. I don't think they have a great recruiting base. But as far as coaching them up and winning games,
kind of solid.
Yeah, and you don't want to go to Missouri late in the year with a playoff berth on the line and have to beat them.
Especially in that weather.
Especially if you're Florida.
Kentucky. And we talked about your new coach, what he's got to work with, what's coming in. They did bring some transfers in. They've done a pretty good job in recruiting. They got 40% on offensive production back. They got 52% on defense. We'll see how that plays out. Now Tennessee, I said the 2 teams I don't know much about, Tennessee and FSU. I just don't. But after listening to Heupel talk, he's high on the quarterback. I didn't realize every year he's been there, he started a different quarterback the next year. So that doesn't faze him. He thinks they're going to be good. If he's sat there saying what he's saying, I do kind of believe they're going to be pretty good. It makes me worried sick about Alabama going on the road trying to beat them up there. DeBoer went up there his first year, got beat by Tennessee. They got to go up there this year. Tennessee's got 58% of their offense coming back, 65% of their defense coming back. He talked a lot about his defensive coordinator. He's really high on that coach. He really likes him.
Good luck. Takes 3 years to implement his defense. I mean, Look at that defense last year at Penn State, and Penn State had some talent coming back. It was atrocious, and first year at Ohio State, atrocious. Like, it is so complex. There's so many guys after he left, and Jim Knowles brought us a national championship that third year. But when you add Caleb Downs and some of those guys that are very cerebral athletes, it's a much different defense. But, man, they liked when he left because it was so complex, and guys were dropping into coverage at defensive end. You had linebackers rotating into the flats. You had to be – and they played slow the first 2 years because it was so complex. So I got to see it to believe it. I think Knowles is a good defensive coordinator, don't get me wrong, but it takes a long time to implement that defense, and it's very, very, very complex.
Well, we shall see. Quarterback situation at Tennessee, I was worried about. I'm not as worried right now. I love the way his offense. I love they spread. And of course, it's Goldis was the one that put all that scheme in. They spread you out. They're tough to stop, and the defense is good. They got a shot at being pretty good. So Tennessee, what was it, 6.5?
Yeah.
I got their schedule's tough now, but they got Texas at home. I think Alabama at home.
I think those are on the road.
They got Alabama at home.
Okay.
Was Texas at home?
I think Texas.
Look up Texas. Is Texas at
They got
Tennessee?
Texas A&M, LSU, Ole Miss.
Georgia.
I think two or three of those are on the road. I think they play Georgia Tech out of conference, which is not the easiest thing in the world.
That's start this season, I
That's
think.
at Georgia Tech.
They got to win that one.
Yeah. So
where's Texas at, James?
And they're young.
Texas is playing at Tennessee for the Tennessee game.
So they got Alabama and Tennessee at home. What about Georgia?
Texas does not play.
No, Georgia and Tennessee.
Hold on. I'll go find it.
Okay.
And then they play Florida for sure.
Georgia does not play Tennessee this year.
Wow. I did not realize that.
No, they do not.
Do they got Florida on there?
They have Florida on Halloween. They are playing at Florida.
Call out their whole schedule.
University of Georgia, they'll open against Tennessee State at home.
No, Tennessee's.
Tennessee, let me go right back to it. I had it open. Hit the back button. And, of course, it didn't go back there. Thanks, Internet. I love you so much. All right, Tennessee will open against Furman. Of course, that's a home game.
Gauntlet.
At Georgia Tech versus Kennesaw State.
Got to win those three.
Versus Texas.
Texas home.
Versus Auburn.
Ooh.
At Arkansas. Versus Alabama. At South Carolina. Versus Kentucky. At A&M. Versus LSU. And they end the season at Vandy.
I see 7, 8.
I can see 6. I can see 7 in there.
I see 8 and 4. I'd probably go over if I was a betting man.
Yeah, I'd go over.
1, 2, 3.
I can't believe you got whole season tickets at Auburn this year. At Tennessee this year, you got it made. You got Auburn coming in there, Alabama coming in there, Tennessee coming in there, and who was the other one? A&M or LSU? LSU. God, that's a great home schedule right there.
So the most important games there to me are Georgia Tech. They got to beat Auburn.
They got to beat Georgia Tech.
Yeah, and Auburn because Auburn's on the up and coming. But you don't want to get surpassed by first-year coach when you have been there for a while and have an established
offensive coordinator there.
Brought in, you're paying Knowles $3 million to come in there and fix that defense. So to me, 8 and 4 would be a good season for Tennessee because they are very young on the offensive line and at quarterback. So I think they can do that if they win the games they're supposed to win.
Yeah, they talk about Texas. They talk about Georgia and LSU. In Alabama, the team. I used to really study this because I thought it was really important. But then you don't know, with everything changed when they transfer. You don't know how good the transfers are coming in. Like Alabama has only got 35% of the offense coming back. They only got 61% of the defense coming back. 61 is pretty good on defense. You look at LSU, they brought $45 million worth of new players in there. They have coming back 61% of the offense and 60% of the defense. That's not bad now. That's not bad at all. You look at Georgia. They got them win. Some have Texas winning. Some have Georgia win the SEC. Georgia got 63% of the offense coming back, and they got 72% of the defense coming back, and they're always good on defense. And you look at Texas. This is before you brought all these studs in here. They got 73% of their offense back, and they got 63% of their defense back. If it's not the year for Texas this year, I don't know when it's going to be.
They got to get over that Georgia hump.
They got to beat Ohio State. That week, that game can come back and bite both those teams in the butt because they both got tough schedules. Ohio State kicked Texas out of the playoffs last year. They were hot at the end of the year. They might have got in there and done something.
They got kicked out by Florida, and
that was a powerhouse Florida Gator team, by the way. Thank you very much. All right, we'll be Jason Kovaleski, where are you located?
23rd Street, Del Coronado Village, and Pier Park North, next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd. They went to NFL coaches, executives, general managers, and scouts, and they asked them, who are the 10 best quarterbacks in the league? Where's Sam Darnold? And that's what's really interesting. Even the GMs in this league don't know what the hell to do with Sam Darnold. Back-to-back 14 wins and a Super Bowl.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 1.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Tuesday's weather forecast. Likely thunderstorms and light showers this afternoon. An evening with a high near 85 and a wind 23 to 27 miles per hour. A possibility of thunderstorms and light rain tonight and a temperature of 81. About the same tomorrow, around 87 with a chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain. Raining lightly Thursday and very warm around 88. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Upgrade your time on the water. Blue Water Marine Electronics is officially open at 2320 West 15th Street in the old Kawasaki dealership. Blue Water Marine Electronics, your premier destination for marine tech. They sell, service, and install everything from top-tier GPS and fish finders to sound systems and trolling motors. Need repairs? They're Bay County's authorized Minn Kota Warranty Center. Blue Water Marine Electronics, 15th Street, Panama City. Hewitt Tire and Auto has been in business in Panama City forever. Locals taking care of locals. From the smallest to the largest vehicles, they do it all. But don't take my word for it. Listen to the experts.
Hewitt Tire and Auto, your certified AAA service center and hometown towing.
Visit them online at HewittTire.com.
On Airport Road in Panama City.
850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
He has a really low passenger rating on Uber. He punched a magician and started a petition to remove the penny from circulation.
Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
Is he sane? I have no idea.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Coach James Hale Show back on the air.
Without
Coach just had to take a little break, so we'll just keep the things going right now. Jason, talk to the people.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about Max Fit. So I want to give a shout out to Courtney Fagley. She works for me out at Max Fit on the beach. She just won her pro card in the OCB All Natural, so she's an all natural athlete in Georgia this weekend, which is a big deal for her. She's put a lot of effort into this. She's a hard worker, but the main thing is she just does it on workouts, nutrition. So she is doing meal plans. She has an online coaching business. So if you want to talk to somebody that's really experienced in nutrition, workout plans, if you want to get in the best shape, she knows all about our supplements. So you can actually go out there and see Courtney at the beach store. She works every day, 10 to 2. If you want to get on a meal plan, get on a supplement package, she's somebody that's done it. I mean, congratulations to her for winning her OCB Pro card as a natural athlete. So that's very rare.
So to get to your pro card, is it like a step-by-step process that you go through?
So the OCB, you have to have at least 5 people in your category, and you have to win the overall. So basically there's different divisions like based on height and stuff like that. So she's a wellness competitor. So she not only won her class, but then she beat the other girls that also won her class to earn her pro card.
So if there's only 4 people entered, you don't get enough points or anything to get to that point?
3 people show up, they're just not going to give you a pro card because then everybody could get their pro card. So there has to be a certain level of competitors at these events. And not only that, there has to be a certain number of people in the overall. So overall battles all the champions of each division, and then they find out who's the best of the best just out of each category. So they got bikini, they got wellness, they got,
thong.
Figure, Pretty much. But I will say this. This was her best package.
She looks great.
She looks amazing right now. And like I said, she does it based on nutrition and just legal supplements. She doesn't take anything illegal, all natural athlete. I have a lot of respect for her and her work ethic. And she has a lot of knowledge. So if you want to kind of pick her brain, go down to Max Fit in Pier Park. She can get you on a meal plan. She can write out your workout regimens. I know she does in-personal training as well. So anything you need, she can cover. And she's proven it over the last 3 years and how she's changed her body and won her pro card in the OCB.
I got to mention a couple of things real quick. Steve's bike shop on 23rd Street. I'm telling you, man, these electrical bikes, I see them all throughout Bay Point. Wear a helmet. Get your helmet on. He gets the best deals on these electrical bikes. I was up in Birmingham, different areas up there looking at them. Down here is so much cheaper. It's the exact same bike. Steve's bike shop. That's the reason he stays in business since 1979.
Oh, yeah.
You want your yard like a golf course. Toe pressure control is incredible. Patrick Garner does an unbelievable job. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And Kyle Vandergriff. Listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You looking for a new roof? Kyle Vandergriff. You want a house built, a barn built, whatever you want, he can do it. They design it. They build it, commercial, residential. They can do it all. Bay High School, 1976 state championship football team. No one's ever done it. Except Bay High School back in 1976.
My quarterback coach, Coach Cobb.
Do you know what they're going to do? They're going to that group are going to get together. That group of guys are going to get together. They're going to raise up a lot of money, and they're going to start give out a scholarship at the 50-year reunion.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. And I think we're going to have some of those guys on here Thursday to talk about that. So that's pretty cool that they're doing that. All right, question for you guys before we get out of here today. I wanted to do this last couple of days. I hadn't done it. Most hated former SEC coach. You got four choices, and you got to look at it from SEC fans. They either love you or hate you when you're playing against their team. From Auburn, you have Tommy Tuberville, 6 in a row beating Alabama. He told Ole Miss they'd have to take him out in a casket or whatever, wooden box, and he goes to Auburn, takes a job at Auburn. So he was not liked. Tennessee, Philip Fulmer. He was not liked by Florida fans. He was hated by Alabama fans. I like him. I know Coach Fulmer. He recruited when he's offensive coordinator, signed Tony Thompson when I was coaching at Lake Wales. I love Philip. But he was hated. There's no doubt. The Alabama fans, yeah. And then at Alabama, Nick Saban, they hate him. LSU hate him. Auburn hate him. Everybody that gets beat by Alabama hated him because Alabama's beating him every year. And then the old ball coach, Coach Spurrier. He was hated by certain people. FSU fans didn't like him. I love Coach Spurrier. I think he's the greatest thing in the world. And I like Saban too. So out of those four, you had to pick one of those four. Who would you pick?
I don't look at it, any of them and think I hate them or dislike
But you got to for this survey.
So I'm going to take Saban out. Only reason people hate Saban is because he won.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of him going up there and speaking out on NIL when he was utilizing it before NIL was legal. So I lost some respect. But
he
at the
never
end of the day,
broke a rule.
Yeah.
That totally fine.
Wink, wink.
We'll know when you know.
Right? Albert means. But anyway. Beyond that, you still got to coach him up, still got to win, still got tremendous respect. I know he comes from his dad was a tremendous coach and attention to detail, so, I have a lot of respect for that. I don't see Steve Spurrier as a guy I hate. I went to all his camps. I really loved his feedback and engagement. Now, he was a quirky guy.
But you can see why the fan bases of the schools would hate him.
Yeah, anybody that wins at a high level and talks a little bit is going to be hated. But I don't see that as hate. I actually had a lot of respect for him. Tommy Tuberville, I don't get that one either. So what was the other choice by default?
Well, remember now, Ole Miss, everybody at Ole Miss thought he was going to stay. He made him think that. Then he goes to Auburn. Then he wins 6 in a row, put the thumb up for Bama and all that kind of stuff. So Bama people didn't like him. Ole Miss people didn't like him.
What was the other one?
Philip Fulmer, Tennessee.
I'll go with Philip Fulmer because there's a lot of Alabama fans that probably deserve to hate him because, they were probably doing the exact same thing Alabama was doing.
They wanted to serve him when he came to the state for SEC Media Days. I don't think he went one year.
Right.
Wasn't that right?
I think
Is that
so.
right?
But they were doing the exact same thing Alabama did, but they turned Alabama in for it because the guy outbid for it.
It's not fair. We can do it. You can't.
You paid him more than we did? Oh, watch this. And he turned him into the NCAA. So I can understand that one a little bit better.
So you go Philip Fulmer?
I go
probably.
Philip Fulmer.
All right. What do you think?
For me, it's more of a thorn in the side, and I got one coach on that list, and I got one coach not on that list, both from Florida because my mom went to Tennessee, so I'm kind of a Tennessee football fan. So I'm going Spurrier, and the other one I'll put on there is one that was a thorn in our side during the 2000 to 2010s time, Urban Meyer.
Ooh, Florida, yeah. He didn't make that. He
didn't make the list. I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't make the list. I thought
There's
a couple
not
more.
A lot of opposing fan bases that are like, yeah, I really like Urban. He's a good guy. Now, if he's coaching your team, you'll stand up for him, and you'll probably look the other way on a couple things. But
be honest. This say if Urban had taken over, I got to quit being. If Urban had taken over a certain team in the SEC. Don't you think it'd be better now than what we've had last couple of years?
I will say this: if he was at Texas, watch out. That would be a dominant program.
You think he would ever get back in it?
No.
I think he's done.
He runs too hot because he puts a lot of stress on things internally, and we saw this at Ohio State. We heard a little bit about it behind the scenes, and after I saw him at Florida, it's all about competition. There's winners, there's losers. It causes a lot of friction within the program, and he runs hot, and then he burns out, and he kind of wears himself into the ground. Like, I don't disagree that he was sick at Florida. If you looked at those pictures at the end of his Florida career, he looked like a drug addict that was like about to go to rehab. He was like 170 pounds. I mean, he looked sick. Like, so I just don't see it as a healthy alternative. And I don't think his wife wants him in coaching anymore. And he's probably making $20 million at Fox just talking about the game. So.
Right. Oh, he didn't hurt him for money
at
all.
Not at all.
Jason, talk about your store. Where are you located?
Yeah, we're on 23rd Street. I'm there every day on 23rd Street, 2 to 7. If you want to come talk to me, see us there. She is an IFBB pro. She can help you with any meal plan, supplements. We have our free sample bar. You can come in. We got some phenomenal new pre-workouts. I got some good deals on protein right now. All our vitamins. We got electrolytes. We got stuff for liver, heart. I mean, we got a bunch of great products if you want to come down.
If you want to get your cholesterol taken care of without getting the drugs, doing it naturally, go see Jason. You'll be glad you did. I got mine down without having to take those pills because I'm telling you, the muscles cramps and all the problems you have with that, all the side effects of that medicine, that stuff you got me on was all natural, and they were like, man, you did good.
Yeah, and we do have a selection of peptides in store. Some of them are capsules. We got topicals as well. So I know a lot of people use injectables, but if you don't want to do that, we have alternatives here at Max Fit. But we also have our store in Pier Park North. That's where Courtney is. Courtney's phenomenal. My mom works out there. She played basketball at Ohio State, so she was an athlete, so she has a lot of knowledge on supplements and nutrition too. So check us out at either location. Come utilize our free sample bar. All we can ask is you give us a shot, come down and try some products for free.
All right. James, you got us tomorrow?
I'll be here.
All right. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We got Brian will be here. We have got hopefully Mark McLeod. He might be down in Tampa right now. And Dr. Ward at 7:30. Got a good show lined up for you tomorrow. Leave it right here all day long, and we will see you tomorrow. I think the weather, hopefully we'll be lucky.
Looks like it's breaking up.
I hope we get lucked up. All right, we're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida with a quick programming update.
Hey, it's Coach Hale with 2 quick programming notes. Listen to The Herd with Colin Cowherd at his new time, weekdays 11 to 2. Plus, Paul Feinbaum's working the split shift, Monday through Friday, 2 o'clock to 4. Then we bring him right back on from 6 to 8. Make sure to wake up with the Coach James Hale Show, weekday mornings, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Anna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Tuesday's weather forecast. Likely thunderstorms and light showers this afternoon. An evening with a high near 85 and a wind 23 to 27 miles per hour.